Save Soho is not about shrieking and screaming at Soho Estates or any other landowners and trying to shame them or anything of that nature. It's really hoping to be given a small consultational part in their plans, so that we can use the expertise of so many of our supporters who are actors, producers, directors, musicians, to help make sure that the character of this unique part of London is saved.
You're on Soho Radio London. We're joined by Stephen Fry and Tim Arnold. Now, Tim, we're going to speak just in a minute about Save Soho itself and talk about what it is, what it isn't. But let's go back to the letter that you wrote to the London Mayor Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us about the letter.
I think it was a big changing point for me myself. It was a situation that arose when I was talking to my mother, who lives in Spain, about it, and my mother sort of sees the world of Soho and the West End from the outside on satellite television in Spain, you know, and of course it just occurred to her that I should write to the mayor, and she said, "You must write to the mayor." And I just thought, how ridiculous, but why not? And when I finished writing the letter, and it really was to just like, can someone big and important come and help, please? You know, putting it simply. And at the end of the letter, I signed my name and thought, he's not going to answer me for months, is he? And then, you know, I'd worked with Benedict Cumberbatch 4 years ago, and we've been friends for a while, and I hadn't seen him. We've not seen each other for a long time. But I thought, I'll call him, and I left a message about the situation, about the closure of Jojo's, of which he's a big fan. He loves that club. And he said, yes, of course, put my name on the letter. Have you tried Stephen?
Oh, it's him, was it? I see.
Yeah.
That's what Soho is. It's also some kid growing up in Newcastle or Pontypridd or whatever, who dreams of being a performer, and something about their act is a little bit too edgy for Pontypridd or Newcastle or wherever, and they think, you know, they would have thought, Madame Jojo's, I could go and do, you know, some sort of turn there. That's closed off for them, but there are still other places one hopes where they can, and there need to be, because it's the incomers, it's those who constantly refresh the citizenry of Soho who are so
Paul
important.
O'Grady is one of those
Paul
people.
O'Grady was absolutely one from Liverpool 8.
Yep.
There he was, and he came and, you know, stop it, no, I needed, didn't I come, yeah, Soho. And he did, and it made him, it gave him confidence, it gave him an absolute assurance of who he was, and he became the star he now is.
The different types of people that have since signed the letter to Boris are ranged not just performers now, it's people who want to be entertained by those performers, ideally in small venues that are affordable in Soho.
I'm curious, has Boris replied?
I got an email 2 days ago from the mayor's office saying, "What's your address, Mr. Arnold?"
Oh, okay.
So we're expecting something in the post.
Fingers crossed. I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, what is a home run? I mean, what are you hoping for from the letter and I guess the wider Save Soho, which we'll talk about in just a sec?
Well, from the letter, I'd like, ideally, Boris to, you know, to step in and say that he supports this and thinks that we should actually, as Stephen said, become kind of like an entertainment and preservation consultant.
And that's terribly important, and the mayor is a vital figure in this, because he or she will always have an overview. And what's great is that Tim's initial work has lit a fire within so many individuals who, I think, if you'd asked them, didn't really consider Soho from one day to the next. It's only when it's threatened they realise just how much it means to them, how much it's a part of their very fabric, you know, the nature of them as performers or as people who work in theatre or the arts in any sense. They realise that without Soho, London would be infinitely poorer. It really would. So I think Tim has lit a fire that won't be put out.